Park, St. John's Town Center, and Brunswick, Georgia today.
Right now at Ring Power, your local Cat dealer, get 0% for 60 months with zero down on select new Cat compact equipment. Whether you're looking to buy, lease, or rent, we've got the right solution to fit your job site needs. Call Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or visit ringpower.com/CCE offer jacks. That's Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or ringpower.com/CCE offer jacks. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you looking for a company to take care of all your truck and van fleet needs? It's Catlin. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from ladder racks to laptop stands, van shelving, strobe lights, and seat covers, from the cam locker toolbox to Lear truck caps. At Catlin, we can take care of all your fleet needs. We don't sell trucks, but we outfit them every day. Quality counts at Catlin for 100 years.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is based solely on opinion. Coming up, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Weekly Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulder, hip, and knee, and a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF and 16 area high school athletic programs.
All right, turn it up. Dr. Kevin Murphy in the house. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, the very best in the business. And we got a lot to talk about today. Good to see you, Doc. How are you?
Good.
Well, let's dive right into the Gardner Minshew issue. End of the game. The final drive, I believe, he looked like he got a little stiff-kneed and got hit. He's wearing a brace yesterday. He was hobbled on that final series. You could tell something wasn't right, and he gritted it out and played. And by all accounts, there's something in there. What, knee sprain, partial tear of the MCL? Is that what we're dealing with, perhaps? What do we got going on there?
Well, when you brace a knee, obviously you're thinking is a ligament issue. That's something, and then the MCL is the most common. A straight hyperextension injury to the knee, you certainly could injure the capsule in the back, and it just hurts.
Okay.
Less of an issue.
Okay.
Still a pain thing, but less of a
Would you wear a brace
problem.
with that injury?
You would. It would, again, may help that not hyperextend again and give a little feel of support. But most of those are MCLs.
Right.
If you let them play, it's a minor MCL injury.
MRI for sure?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's had that.
Yeah. So he hobbles off the field, and
If it were more serious than one of those two things, would he be practicing even limited? Could he?
Yeah, he could have a small meniscus tear that's not displaced that may need fixed later. If he had an ACL, which is the most concerning thing, obviously, he wouldn't be playing.
Right.
So it's going to be a minor thing. He may, after the season, need something for
Clean up
a meniscus.
surgery.
But if it's a collateral ligament, a medial collateral, you don't operate on those, so they'll let it heal.
Do you reach what's a time where you feel good?
3 weeks. I'm one of those. So
Of course,
to you guys' point that you guys were talking about, when he plants and turns, he's going to feel it. Regardless of the brace, it's going to tweak him.
Will he start feeling better, or because of what he does, will it stay annoyingly sore the rest of the way?
Yeah, to your point, unless he stops playing,
it's
going to still tweak him, and it's going to take a little longer for that all to go away.
Is that something that they can shoot up before a game, and is that something that
You love shooting up, boy.
Well, I don't know.
You,
I mean,
you would be the Dr. Shoot Up if I could get you running a team.
Is that not a common practice? And am I wrong to ask? I don't know.
I didn't mean to.
No, I'm just saying.
Defense.
Well, you can put lidocaine and cortisone into joints or into ligaments. Probably not a great idea to do that in a ligament because you're at risk for then making that worse.
Right.
So probably wouldn't do that. But if it's just pain from a capsular stretch, then certainly you could inject that into the joint and make the pain go away.
Is there anything they can do day to day to help him deal with it and at least get him on the, like you said, if you continue to do the things he does on it, it's not really going to heal. But is there anything you can do? Like, what's the sort of rehab that you do while you're continuing to practice and such?
Sure. One of the things that causes the pain is the joint swelling.
It does, okay.
And so you minimize that with icing afterwards and maintain the strength of the muscle to support the knee to take some of the pressure off. So he'll go through that throughout the week for sure.
And if it's a partial tear, and again, if, we don't know, if it's a partial tear, though, do you risk it getting worse by playing?
You do.
You do, yeah.
You do.
So that's up to the but you'll clear them as a doctor, but you tell them, look,
Yeah, there's some inherent risks.
There's
to that.
some risks.
Yeah, if you're playing hurt's one thing. Playing with an injury
Right.
to a ligament adds to the risk of a further injury.
So best case scenario by him wearing a brace is would you say the back of the knee got or hyperextended the knee?
Yeah, it looked like he may have just got straight on and hyperextended his knee, which, the worst, you look at that and go, oh, geez.
When you say capsule, Doc, what is that exactly?
Well, the lining of a joint has fluid in it, and it's maintained in there by a bladder, a capsule that surrounds the joint to keep the fluid in. So it attaches on the bones on either end. And so if you hyperextend it and rip that, and sometimes some of the fluid leaks out and causes pain, or just the fact that you rip the capsular structure causes pain.
That repairs itself?
It does. So structurally he'd be okay, but it's a pain thing, and you want to prevent that from continuing to hyperextend.
I saw him in the locker room. Like when the big bulky knee brace is on, he moves a little, but when it's off, he was getting around pretty fine. It wasn't like, walking around looked like he was limping or anything like that. So.
Would you wear a brace with a meniscus tear, Doc?
No, to that point. Yeah.
So it's not a meniscus.
Unlikely to be that.
Right.
Be a brace, ligament, and stretch injuries.
Right.
So that's probably what it is.
Doctor, your best guess, what's a sore back? I don't, Dan, I was saying this earlier, when it comes to injury reports, sore anything I've never seen as an injury designation.
Right.
I've seen hamstring, I've seen lower body. I've never seen sore or something. Sore is not usually a designation that keeps you out of an NFL game.
Right.
So I'm wondering if what injury number 20 has, if it's a, quote, sore back.
Yeah, sore back is not a definable injury. It's not an injury. That everybody has sore something.
I was going to say,
At this point in the season, every player playing has something sore. So that's I don't know if they're couching that or they're trying to hide that he has something significant. But back issues are concerning for disc herniations. You get pain down the leg or chronic pain in the back. You could have any encroachment on the spinal column somewhere. But those are more significant. And if you have back pain, you've had an MRI to rule out those serious things.
I don't think he had an MRI, did he, Dan? If they did, they didn't let us know.
They're not going to say.
And if it's just pain, you say, okay, it hurts. So do a lot of things.
Doc, Steven Gostkowski is the kicker for the Patriots. He's having surgery on his hip, so he's done. I'm a little surprised, though, that it's his left hip, which would be like the plant foot. I would think it would be the one that you're swinging all the time. So, but hip surgery is a pretty big deal, right? I mean,
well, probably a labral tear.
Yeah.
And that plant leg, they plant and
Shove it
rotate
into the
around
ground.
that. Yeah, they post that thing in the ground, then
Yeah.
turn around it. So certainly likely for rotational things getting at the labrum of the hip.
he's 35 years old. Can he come back 100%, or is that age and kind of like the Achilles? You lose a step, you lose a little something when you have surgery on that hip as a professional athlete.
Yeah, it's a tough. They don't always recover perfectly from those, to your point, and a lot of them have, in addition to just the labrum, you're going to get what we call a cam lesion, where you get a bump on the head that also causes some impingement in the hip that will be smoothed out. So doing the bone work makes it a little more problematic on the return.
Yeah, if you play fantasy football, I'd run to the waiver wire right now and grab whoever Gostkowski's replacement is, because they sure score a lot of points. Doc, I'm hearing a term thrown around that always makes me cringe a little bit, and maybe it was on SportsCenter today, but I'm not even going to use the right phraseology, but something to the effect of non-normal healing ability or non-human healer. This Saquon Barkley. So is there such a thing as a human being that heals 4 times faster than everyone else, or are we dealing with a misdiagnosis of an injury?
Is what Adrian Peterson was to the ACL, Saquon Barkley will be to the high ankle sprain and ruin it for everybody.
I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw the video. Did you see the video of him working out yesterday?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't mean he's jogging through plays. I mean he's going up and back and side to side and with
but
no
he's got
limp.
It's those quads, Pross.
Oh, he's quadzilla.
It's those quads, man.
Well, there are guys that are big and thick, and there's a variable degree of pain tolerance. So take that into account. But as a doctor, if a guy has a high ankle sprain, you're not allowing him to do that because it would be stupid.
He doesn't have a high ankle sprain,
right? So he doesn't have that.
So he could get back faster because
he doesn't have what they said.
Correct. The 6 to 8 is on. So they're like designing a hero up here in New
unless
York.
the doctor's a buffoon. That's just putting yourself out there to say you're causing harm to the guy to let him do that.
I'm
That's
not
stupid.
saying he's going full strength against competition. He worked on the side, but Doc, he looked like a guy who was 4 weeks into getting back.
Yeah, you wouldn't allow him to do
8
those
days.
kind of things
Right.
with a high ankle at that point.
Kind of what I thought. The Tough Guy Award goes to Bradley Chubb of the Broncos, who last week tore his ACL against the Jags and then decided, I'll just go ahead and play the rest of the fourth quarter anyway until he eventually had to leave.
As a defensive end.
That's strong.
Yeah. Well, again, big, thick-legged guy, you know, and he may have had injury to it before, you know, and he'd been dealing with it. And
pain.
It just,
that's a good point.
Finally went. Some of those are, you know, the partially torn ACL. He knows he's had an ACL for a while and has been dealing with it.
Just trying to play through it.
Yeah.
But it's like
acute ACL. If you really popped your ACL, you're on the deck and you're helped up off the field. So it's unlikely that was what happened.
Who was it? Was it Wentz? Was it Wentz who was wobbling around on that leg when he tore it, or was it?
It was Wentz.
It was Wentz, right? Remember against the Rams?
At the end, in the regular season.
Kind of the legs.
And then Foles came in. Yeah, he tried to run and it just completely went sideways on him.
Yeah, that's hard to play with that.
That makes you squeamish, too. It's hard to watch that. It's also so. Doc, Josh Oliver for the Jags has been out with a hamstring since the first
practice
preseason
yesterday.
game.
First time.
Yeah. If finally he had a full practice yesterday.
Right.
Are we finally 100% clear? And that must have been one heck of a hamstring injury because we're talking 2 solid months.
Well, that's appropriate. I think, maybe they learned a lesson on Leonard Fournette that you got to let the thing heal. You can bring him back at 6 weeks and he's going to hurt it again. So let the thing heal. So to your point, yes, hopefully that's done now. You let it 2 months to get it better and hopefully he doesn't have to be bothered by it again.
Why hasn't someone told Jordan Reed you can't play football again if we're becoming more in tune with this concussion situation? And he's had a reported, what is it, Pross? 7, 8?
Some
incredible number. Should there be a rule, or should there be at some point, or do we still give the player the opportunity to say, well, I want to keep going? That's a tough deal, isn't it?
It is, because there's no real specific tangible measure.
Right.
You do all these concussion testing and you do the computer tests afterwards to test their memory and so forth. You could do scans of their brain, but it doesn't always pick up on the long-term effects you may have. So I'm sure a conversation was had with him that you're at higher risk for long-term traumatic brain injury and issues down the road.
I'll just read this to you, Doc. November 2010, freshman year at Florida, first documented concussion. October 2011, suffered a concussion at some point during the 2011 season. 2012, tight end suffers his 3rd concussion in college, did not miss any games for the Gators. That's 3 in college. November 2013, as a rookie, suffered a concussion against the Eagles, would not return at any point later in the season, landing on injured reserve. Then a pulled hamstring, re-injured a hamstring. October 2015, 5th documented concussion. October 2016, 6th documented concussion. Initially tried to play through it, entered the protocol following the game. Separated shoulder, chest injury, hamstring, toe strain. August 2019. Then he went, so 17 and 18. No, 2019, 7th documented concussion.
Well, again, the ones that are concerning are the ones where he's out for a period of time.
Okay, which is this one.
Yeah. So the argument there, well, let's go back to Sid Crosby,
right?
Who missed,
almost a year, yeah.
With one. Those are the ones you say, boy, that's a significant injury to your brain.
Okay.
Should you ever play again?
Yeah.
As opposed to that's Tony Baselli, how many concussions he had.
Right.
Until he had 100.
I understand that.
I think he's concussed right now, actually.
Well, that may be. But but those guys have multiple concussions, but they didn't have any lasting effect from it. So you could have one concussion that causes significant brain injury to you,
gotcha.
As opposed to multiple ones that didn't really accumulate into something. So again, it's hard to measure that.
Yeah.
So
this is what I would do, and if you were my doctor, I would say, doctor, if he was,
I'd say you would be lucky.
If he was your son, what would you tell him to do?
I'd tell him to quit.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah.
It's time to quit.
Yeah,
it's time to quit.
That's
I would
too
tell him
much.
that.
You're going to end up, that's
7 concussions.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah,
Imagine something you love and you're making paid
Yeah, to
money.
your point, the statistical risk of him having a significant traumatic brain issue later is high.
Yeah.
And the more you have, the higher it is.
Like
so,
Steve Young quit because of concussions.
Yeah, and he
right?
should have.
And he did the right thing. And
you look at Troy Aikman at a multiple. There's a point where you say enough is enough.
Yeah.
That your risk ratio is much higher, and
Okay.
you really need to consider that.
All right, there are a couple of. I don't have a question, but I just want to update in this segment. It's a good time to do it on some baseball injuries, especially in the Braves-Cardinals series. But Colton Wong is, one of the Cardinals' top 2 or 3 players. He'd missed the tail end of the season with a left hamstring strain. He's going to give it a go. They're going to start him today, so we shall see. I do know that he had worked out a couple days ago, and he wasn't real happy with how he felt. So we'll see. Freddie Freeman, I do want to ask you about, actually. Ronald Acuna and Freeman are both going to play. They're coming back. Acuna had that groin hip strain, and he took a week off, and he's fine. But Freeman has bone spurs in his right elbow, Doc, and there are times where they kick up, and he can't even straighten his arm. So he's had 3 pain-free days since, but it does come and go. The only recourse on that is post-season surgery.
Sure, he's going to have an elbow arthroscopy where you pluck those out.
Now,
of there.
that might be one where I ask you shoot that one up, and that helps at all, or
it's a matter
I should have deferred to you there, Dan. I want to shoot up that Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, of course you do.
It's probably
your guys. It's different.
Those are a little different in that it's probably not painful unless the piece gets lodged between the bones.
Okay.
And the shot isn't going to prevent
So
that.
he hasn't had it. So he just needs to get lucky, and
Yeah.
the baseball gods need to shine on Atlanta and have that thing rotating where it's not impinging.
Yeah, it's a gumball machine. If that little gumball gets stuck in the wrong spot, it's going to hurt.
Can I jump in and take care of Freddie Freeman, and we'll go ahead and cut that arm off?
Yeah, we can't do that.
We'll leave
need
it at that.
Too important.
Just cut it right off.
Doc Kevin Murphy.
Wish him well in his baseball career after that.
JacksSportsDoc.com. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, because they're just too big for.
Don't forget Bumps and Bruises
our
Clinic
friend.
every Saturday, Doc, at high school football's near you.
Yes, for sure.
It's going to a big one this week. Ponte Vedra and
Nice.
Bartram. Yeah, 2-5-0 teams.
Yeah, it's a battle of the SJC over there, friend.
Thanks, Doc.
All right, Doc, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, boys.
All right, what we coming down?
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Stays on his feet again, dancing around, dodging tackles.
He wants Rock Armstead in the back of the end zone. Touchdown.
Minshew magic.
Gardner Minshew, the magic man.
Getting back to what we know we're good at.
The handoff to Fournette, runs to the middle of the field, got some room.
It was effective.
Into Denver territory.
The line did their part. My job is to make one guy miss.
We can let it Fournette go.
So it's a mentality, not letting one guy tackle you.
He's stiff-arming a defender.
That's all she wrote.
3 receivers set, shotgun.
He's tougher than what you think.
Minshew to O'Shaughnessy, and Jacksonville has taken the lead.
I don't know if the mustache give him power or...
Cook gets it down, Lambeau kicks it up, and the field goal is good, and Jacksonville has beaten the Denver Broncos at Mile High Stadium. This one belongs to Duval.
In spite of the adversity that we have going on, this team is a fighting team.
Next up, the Carolina Panthers, Sunday at 1 on 1010XL.
This is Dr. James McCall. We are blessed to live in the greatest nation on earth with the finest in medical technology. Yet, chronic diseases such as heart disease and diabetes are becoming commonplace. The truth is, we neglect what is right under our nose, our mouth. I, along with my team, pride ourselves on being truly comprehensive, not only performing the highest quality dental procedures, but looking for signs that lead to larger health issues. Give us a call at 620-9225 and schedule a free consultation. 620-9225, the dental offices of Dr. James McCall.
Adamek Harley-Davidson is excited to announce the grand opening of our brand new dealership located in historic St. Augustine. Hi, I'm Mark Adamek, and I'm inviting you, riders and non-riders, to come party with us on October 5th and 6th. We'll have food, drinks, giveaways, local vendors, live music from Big Engine, and more. Adamek Harley-Davidson of St. Augustine, one of the nation's oldest dealers in the nation's oldest city.
In partnership with PRI Productions. See dealer for details or visit AdamecHarley.com.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, inviting you to the Jaguar Legends Community Gala on Saturday, October 12th. Join me along with many of your favorite Jaguars legends. Special performance by Grammy Award-winning group, the Quad City DJs. Get your tickets now at jacksevents.com.
If you're an experienced welder or pipe fitter, Local 234 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters is looking for you now. They provide competitive pay and great benefits that are no cost to you. That's $29.84 an hour, and with those benefits, you'll be earning $44 an hour. Join an organization with thousands of members that have the same goal as you, to get the job done right. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today. Local 234. Make the right connection.
When this is the sound of a crackling campfire on a cool evening, you can sit back and relax. But when it's the sound of your counters and cabinets smoking and smoldering following a house fire that's affected your entire kitchen, you need to pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-SERVPRO when fire damage strikes. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Hello, I'm Renee Harrell. Clients are the best judge of our success. That's why we have hundreds of client thank yous on our website. If you've been in an accident, visit HarrellandHarrell.com. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Offices, Jacksonville.
This is the Mangler. By now you've heard my commercial for Advanced Disposal on our need for CDL drivers. As a result, we've added some good drivers to our team. However, we still have some positions to fill. We're looking for CDL drivers in Northeast Florida, especially in Clay County, St. Johns County, and yes, Duval! Come be a starter on our team. Earn a solid wage and get full benefits. Head to our website, advanceddisposal.com/careers, and get signed up today. That's advanceddisposal.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
Anya here from Colleen's Irish Pub with Mark at Bottlenose Brewing in Tinseltown. We've teamed up with our neighbours celebrating Oktoberfest all month long.
That's right, Anya. We'll be featuring traditional Oktoberfest ales, including $5 Green Room Jackson Lantern, as well as authentic Bavarian cuisine.
Don't miss out on our custom half-litre steins for $20 that you can take home and are good for $5 refills all month. Check out our Facebook pages for all the shenanigans.
Brilliant! American Electrical Contracting, wired right at a fair price.
Check out their mobile electrician website. Want to set up a service call on the go? Use your tablet or smartphone and take advantage of online bookings for all your electrical needs. Streamline the process. Click the service request button at american-electrical.com.
American Electrical Contracting, wired right at a fair price.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, this is Dale Murray, and we're throwing the flag on those big city dealers charging those big city prices. Come see why everybody's driving the distance to Murray Superstores. If we don't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Our starting All-American lineup wins every time. Plus, our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty on all new and qualified used vehicles puts the blitz on the competition. And we'll trade anything from wore-out bed sheets to football cleats. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Best Bet. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. Gardner Minshew showed up on the injury report yesterday as limited with a knee issue, the Jaguars being mindful of the injury leading into Sunday. But Minshew commented yesterday on his comfortability from week to week.
You know, you get more comfortable each week. You get, better relationship with these guys, and I think that's one of the biggest things is getting better with our unit more than it has anything to do with what other people are doing.
Shad Khan came out yesterday and told Associated Press that he has no plans in trading Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey missed his 5th consecutive practice Wednesday for various reasons. And the wildcard game for the AL took as the Rays started hot with a home run on the 5th pitch of the game, and they never really cooled down, taking a 5-1 victory over the A's. They now move on to play the Astros in the division series tomorrow. 72 degrees at 8:02. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I don't want to pile on, but I'm about to pile on.
Ooh.
And I feel badly about it, but
What you piling on?
it must be said, every day in Knoxville, Tennessee, there's another.
Thought sure I was the one getting piled on here, Beef. So
Another chapter.
Carry on. Pile away, friend.
Dan, it's an embarrassment of embarrassments.
I
Okay,
mean,
what happened
Charlton, come on, man.
What happened? What's
I mean,
the
we're
latest?
at the point now where maybe we should just shut her down.
I don't know if you're going to shut her down, but
I mean, what's the point?
What is? Oh, the player arrest and the coach. Is that what you're talking about?
But what about Jeremy's on the phone with the cops? Like, yeah, you go and do you.
This is the silliest blank I've ever seen in my life, Pruitt said. I got it. I understand. I've worked at 4 places, and I ain't ever had no crap like this except here. Can you name the other 3 places or 4 places that Pruitt's worked, by the way, so we can thusly understand where the dirty programs are?
Georgia, FSU. We'll start there.
Alabama. There you go.
No, here the bigger issue here is that he's just such a boob.
Well, last night, Phillip did the show.
The Jeremy Pruitt show?
And Phillip said...
we should say, his star player, Banks, the linebacker running back, was pulled over by the police. He had an outstanding warrant for something else.
Yes.
So the police had to arrest him.
Yes.
So the player calls the coach. The coach is caught on audio basically asking him to let him go because,
listen.
And then, by the way, the player on the ride in
that
basically
was
said
bad too.
If they came in his neighborhood, they shoot cops.
Yeah.
So a completely bad look for UT football.
Yeah. Is that their best player?
I've heard of them.
Okay.
That tells you something if they're at Tennessee.
Boy.
I've heard of them. If you've heard of them, then...
All right, so
he is one of their better players.
Do your civic duty, man.
What was that?
That's Jeremy
That's
Pruitt.
Pruitt on the
What
phone
did
with
he
the
say?
cop.
But I can't understand.
Go ahead and do your civic duty, man.
Basically gave the cop the green light. Yeah,
That
go
was-
and arrest this guy.
That was
Go ahead and do your civic duty, man.
that was him being facetious. Is what he was doing.
Well, I mean, like, it's be one thing if you feel like your player was targeted. But if he was just pulled over because he was, doing something wrong, that's different.
So on Wednesday night, Phillip appeared on the Vol Network Vol Call. Vol Calls! Hey, go ahead, Vol Calls.
I've heard it many times.
Hey, what's going on, Vol Calls? Let's go over to, give me a small town in Tennessee, please.
Columbia.
Let's go to Columbia. Cuckoo, is that you? Is that you, Sterling?
Up next, Tullahoma. This is Timmy in Tullahoma.
Timmy, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, we
Coach,
miss
why
you
do we
so
suck?
we miss you so much, Coach Fulmer. When are you going to come back on the sideline?
Well, y'all need to listen. The other thing that keeps coming up, and I can tell you I want to address it, the coaching chapter of my life is closed, okay? I love doing what I'm doing at UT, but I love more being with my family and my grandchildren.
All right, let's go out to Smyrna where Jim Bob is hanging on. Yeah, Coach, this is Jim Bob over there in Smyrna.
I'm the assistant to the assistant Pee Wee baseball coach. I'm flag football coach. You can't do those things and coach. I can't coach.
I got a lot of years of experience myself over here, and just curious, when you left as coach, we hated you. Do you remember that? Is that why you ain't coming back, Coach?
Why do you?
Because we hated you so bad.
Why do you continue to stand behind this Pruitt character? He's horrible, Coach. You understand that was Georgia State, right?
Coach,
that wasn't Georgia. That was Georgia State.
I got one more question for Coach Fulmer there. I'll take her off a line. We ever going to beat Vandy?
Volcall, go ahead.
We ever going to beat Vandy again, Coach? I'll just take off air and, go Vols.
Coach, you know that it's the Dogs coming in this weekend, right? That wasn't the Dogs week 1. That was Georgia State.
Yeah, not good right now.
Georgia.
Small town Tennessee. Yeah, Coach, this is
Volcall, go
I'm down
ahead.
here in Chattanooga.
Volcall.
Yeah, this is Billy. I've always been a Bama fan anyway.
Volcall, go ahead. Coach, you understand that we can put 100,000 into Neyland, and we ain't doing that anymore.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Coach, yeah, this is Billy.
Yeah, Billy, go ahead.
Jackson, Billy and
Yeah,
Jackson.
go ahead, Billy.
Yeah, shout out on
How you doing? Go Vols.
Yeah, on that West Coast Vols.
Vol, go ahead,
yeah,
Charlton.
Listen,
Is this Charlton?
Yeah, no, I seen down there in Louisiana that there's another Manning. So I just wonder how much it gonna cost us to get Arch Manning, the little one. Yeah. No, he's a coach. You never heard of him? No, he's his grandson. Oh, coach. He's
Cooper's boy.
He's
Cooper's
tearing
boy.
Coach Fulmer is Arch Manning right now, 9th grader, 14th. Is he better than our quarterbacks?
Coach, we have no shot in hell of getting Arch Manning.
Yeah, I can go
No shot in
deep
hell.
redneck with such ease. It's I grew up around that dialect.
Listen. Arch Manning ain't going to Ole Miss, and he ain't going to Tennessee. It's a wide open for Arch Manning.
Man, it's going to be a deep burn when he goes to Bama, isn't it?
Oh, man. It's going to be Saban's last 4. They got Georgia, Mississippi State, and Alabama. The Vols are going to be 1-6 before they get UAB, and that'll be a dogfight.
The funnest thing of all is that in Tennessee, the name of the show every week is called
Vol Call.
Vol Call.
Vol Call, go ahead.
That really, I don't know if you were just like
no, I saw it.
Vol
Call.
Oh yeah, no, it really is Vol Call. So
yeah, Jeremy Pruitt is 6-10 and 2-7 in the SEC.
They're terrible. Is pretty much what's happening.
Here's what Philip said about Pruitt on the radio program. Jeremy would tell you himself, we had every opportunity to be 3-1 or better. Did Georgia State not whip their A? And then Florida beat them 34-3. So what opportunity, Philip, do you see to be 3-1?
Well, they could have gotten.
They could have beat BYU.
The BYU they could have beaten.
Okay, that's 1, and then they won 1. That's 2. Where do you get 3-1?
And I tell you, it's really bad too because UT basketball, lady basketball, isn't what it used to be. So it's tough times in Tennessee.
In the interest of fairness,
yes,
and to give a counterbalance, I would like to give you guys the opportunity to respond to this tweet I received.
A tweet, okay.
Says,
is this from Charlton?
No, this is from John. Duke and John on the Twitter machine.
John
says,
John. Go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
The audacity of a Gator fan calling out Alabama, Georgia, and FSU in regards to the Jeremy Pruitt issue. Cough, cough, Urban Meyer.
Yeah, but Urban didn't have well, his point is valid. Urban probably got a lot of calls from the cops. The difference is a good coach handles them different. I guess that's what we're saying.
You don't get recorded.
Yeah.
I totally believe in Coach Pruitt and the job that he's doing. He's a leader. He's a recruiter. He's a hard worker. He's tough-minded. He confronts the issues we have. We came in, and I was telling everybody, and I don't think they listened very well, we had a long way to go. We had lots of issues to deal with. And we have a really outstanding, good-looking freshman class. We have 7 seniors that are busting their butt and a lot of other kids on the team as well. Again, if they have an outstanding freshman class, don't you know some of the freshmen? Aren't you sitting there going, well, this kid's going to be a good player? I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't pay enough attention. But Volkov, again, I said I didn't want to pile on, and I just did. I'm sorry.
Well, we
Go
did
ahead and do your civic duty, man.
Maybe we should just do a Vol call every week. Or maybe next week we'll take on a different program.
There has been a request on the text line built by Lifetime Enclosures
What's that?
to make Vol Call a weekly calling.
Yeah, as long as they keep struggling, we're here to pile on, ladies and
Also,
gentlemen.
a shout out to the accents as they're better than the people in Tennessee.
Listen, I'm a product of the volunteer state. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
Nine solid formative years in Columbia, Tennessee. The breadbasket of the fine volunteer state. But there are some redneck hillbillies up there now, and I was happy to be one. I wish I still were at many times.
I miss the overweight gentleman who would watch the Florida game and tape his reactions every year. That was one of my faves.
The Tennessee guy?
Yeah, and I haven't seen that.
I think his name was Kaj Ramsey.
No, I miss
that's a different
Kaj
guy.
too.
Yeah.
I miss Kaj too. But anyway, that was the what I wanted to discuss when it came to college football. Phil Fulmer last night supporting Jeremy Pruitt and also shooting down any rumor whatsoever that he is going to.
Well, that's good news for the rest of the SEC. Phil Fulmer loves Jeremy Pruitt. So if you're Vandy and Kentucky and South Carolina, just go ahead and rest easy. You got more. They are. I mean, who are they going to beat in the league, Dan? What you've seen so far? I mean, maybe South Carolina at home. Maybe if you play great. I mean,
doubtful.
And BYU's not a terrible team, and they played them close, so you can, capture some magic and win a game or two here somewhere. But yeah, it's surprising.
Auburn's none too happy about being the homecoming opponents.
Yeah,
that storyline sort of narrative.
Yeah.
Wasn't LSU homecoming last year?
Yeah, it's not the same as it used to be.
Look, And people say, well, why didn't they schedule Towson? Because I think they put the homecoming date at what serves them. They don't care who the opponent is.
Well, I'm sure it has something to do with when they can get their other homecoming
stuff in the line.
Yeah.
The Blue Key,
Now,
the Friday night.
They don't do Gator Growl per
Yeah.
se anymore, but they have people coming in town to perform.
They don't do Gator Growl anymore?
Didn't they stop Gator Growl, Beef?
I don't think they do Gator Growl.
Beef, can you Google, is Beef in there? I can't see.
Beef
Around the
is
corner.
gone. Yeah, he left.
Ball call.
Go ahead.
Ball call. Do they still Gator Growl? Dude, look that up. I thought they stopped Gator Growl a couple of years ago. I could be wrong.
2019 Gator Growl artist lineup.
Is it? Have they and so there was no pause. Did they move it from the stadium? Maybe.
I don't know. Said it's a tradition been going on for 90 years.
Something changed with Gator Growl.
Pop in, we've got
No, y'all
Chase
can laugh.
Rice.
I'll get the details. Something happened with
Lenko.
Gator Growl. I don't know if it moved from the stadium to somewhere else, but the Gator Growl as we knew it is not the same. I thought, but
Well,
maybe
Bob Hope isn't coming.
Well, Bob Hope's dead. I was there
Bill
for the
Cosby's not coming.
I saw Cosby.
Yeah.
God only knows what happened in that hotel room when he was done with his show.
Seinfeld's not coming.
Seinfeld saw him with Stephen Wright.
Yeah.
I think they're still efforting Sister Hazel for this one.
Sister Hazel will be there.
That's a band? Aren't they from Gainesville?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe that's what it is. The acts just got so poor that I lost track because they really did for a while. Gator Growl was famous for having the best of the best when it came to that stuff. Who was it this week? Because you just mentioned, Seinfeld. It doesn't. We had, who was the guy who was so popular?
Chase Rice will be the.
Who's that, B? Who's Chase Rice?
Chase Rice will be coming. Last year
Good
we
question.
had. Last year we had two of my favorites, Walk the Moon and Ty Dolla $ign.
I saw Walk the Moon open for Muse.
In,
Yeah,
2017, it was lit as Snoop Dogg came.
So it's only music now. Then is that what the difference is?
Chase Rice is an American country music singer.
2016 was Passion Pit, Time Flies, Maddie and Ty, and Walk a Flock of Flame.
So that's what it is. They've taken out that comedic element. Those are all bands, aren't
Chase
they?
was also a linebacker at UNC and a former pit crew member from Hendrick Motorsports.
Heck yeah, 2014 we had Ludacris.
Oh, Luda.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what happened. That was the change that I'd noted.
2012 we had Tracy Morgan, Dara Torres.
Well, that's the last
I don't know
time
if she performed.
Well, Tracy Morgan obviously was a.
2011 Joel McHale and the Goo Goo Dolls.
That's again. There's a comedian.
2010
there.
Kevin Hart.
That's a comedian.
2009 Dana Carvey.
Comedian.
2008.
That's the difference that I thought. I knew something had changed, and that's just music now. It's not.
2007 was a great one. I should have went to that. Caliendo and Leonard Skinner. Hell yeah, I would have went.
Wow.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't just Caliendo doing Skinnerd?
I don't know.
When's the last?
Let's see the ones when I was there.
Was the last time? Yeah.
I had Rodney, Robin Williams, Bob Hope, and Irene Cara.
Not
Fame!
Me. No, my first year
Bill
was
Cosby and Herbie Hancock and the Smothers Brothers in 85.
They were awful. Wait, hold on.
Smothers
Cosby
Brothers.
was when? What year?
84.
He came back.
Cosby.
87 or 86?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's
Well, maybe I must visit. Was I
drinking?
Could I have been
getting to you.
visiting that year before?
Must have been visiting.
I thought they played.
Much like the U2. Bono.
I thought they played.
Rathskeller.
Thought they played Temple. Maybe he just did something on the board because it was Temple.
Mm-hmm. Billy Crystal in 86, Jay Leno in 87, Stephen Wright and Jerry Seinfeld in 88.
Oh, those are all. Those
Paula
are all me.
Poundstone in 89.
She wasn't too good.
Jeff Foxworthy in 90.
I saw him.
Tom Parks, Jasper Writer, 91.
Uh-huh.
The great. David Allen Greer and Larry Miller in 92.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Shandling and Dennis Miller in 93.
I saw that one.
Sinbad and Bobby Slayton in 94.
Nope.
Kevin Pollak in 95.
Saw that one.
Howie Mandel in 97. Ray Ramondo in 98. Carrot Top in 99.
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley in 2000.
But now it's just
Cosby
it's just
in 2002. There you go.
That's what it. Yeah,
That's
I
what
was
it
at that
was.
one.
That was regrettable.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, I went to like maybe.
Whoops.
Did you? How many Gator Growls, if any, have you been to since you left school?
I don't remember.
But you have been to a few?
No.
No, I've been to like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Gator Growl guy.
That was the last one. No, not at all.
No. Should be.
Is the last time the Mets were in the playoffs the World Series loss?
No, we went to the wild card the year after and lost.
Did it stand out to you? And I just don't notice it on other team. Were there curious roster decisions made?
No, I thought yours were very curious.
Is that every team? I mean, are there other teams that have guys who are like, oh, that surprises me?
Maybe one, but I mean, to lead. Listen, I don't care, and I hope you lose, but I wish you well.
Well, those two things cannot coexist back to back.
Yeah.
I wish you well, but I hope you lose.
Shout out to neighbor Kevin, who's doing what you should be doing and going up to Atlanta today, right now on the drive.
Tell him to
neighbor
swing
Kevin, enjoy that big L that you bring back from the ATL.
Nice guy, ladies and gentlemen. It's the nice guy of the duo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sympathetic.
Dude, Julio Teheran not on the roster for, like, no offense, Jacksonville's own Darren O'Day?
Well, here's why.
Yeah. Is he not a bullpen guy?
Well, he's not going to start.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one thing Snicker does. I don't know if it's right or it's wrong. This guy coaches like a Little League coach to this end. If you hitting, you're moving up in the lineup.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're moving down. And if you're a hot pitcher, he's going to ride you.
Yeah.
And if you're Julio Teheran and in your last 3 outings you've given up 7, 4, and 6 runs, he's not going to pitch you.
Yeah.
And so if you're not going to start Julio Teheran, you're not going to bring him in relief. So, and he didn't keep O'Day instead. He kept another position player.
Your guy
instead.
Riley didn't even make the team.
That's true, too.
Shocking. Is he not hitting?
Oh, no, he hadn't been hitting for months. No, he was super
You
hot.
told
when
me he was
came up.
Babe Ruth when he came up.
No, what I did is I relayed stats that applied at the time. But no, he's not no, he hadn't hit great.
Okay.
You told me McNeil was better than Acuna. If we want to go back and forth with what we've said that was stupid, we can.
You told me Austin Riley was
You told
Babe
me
Ruth.
McNeil was better than Acuna.
I never said that.
You did say that. Hopefully,
But McNeil's awful.
May have been a text, by the way. So, in which case, that'd be very bad news for you. Anyway, but that's what I was alluding to. Those are questionable. So
I mean, no
Snicker's
offense, but I mean, you know the team better than me, so I don't know. But Josh Tomlin over Julio, I'd keep Julio Teheran on the team and use him if one of my starters got lit up and bring him in long relief or something. I'm shocked that it's that to me is, and again, you can comment, but that's disrespectful. Wasn't he the opening day starter?
No.
He wasn't?
Not this year.
Who was? Fultonavich?
Kyle Wright started this year, the first game.
Oh, because he was hurt?
Teheran was not hurt, no. He pitched game 3 or 4.
Did Julio Teheran win 11 or 12? Did he have the most?
10 and 11, I think.
Did he have the most wins on the staff? No, Soroka? Who won the most games as a starter?
Freed had 18 wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's not starting.
Oh, he is. He's starting game 4.
Oh, he's starting.
It would have been Freed or Teheran.
Okay, so Freed. Okay, so you're using 4.
Freed got Teheran. I mean, the only really comp to make here is Freed got Teheran's spot.
Okay.
That's so that and Riley just hadn't hit. They're going to go with Adam Duvall, who gives you the same kind of at-bat to at-bat pop. In other words, he can hit a home run for you anytime up.
I know you want – listen, okay, and I know you want
Riley doesn't hit the ball. He strikes out too much. You already
does.
have a game that's developed. Look, we're now talking about fringe players, by the way.
Well, you said yesterday you wanted Riley to start.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand why he's not. I mean,
Okay.
I understand what they're doing. And there is a little bit of like Dirt Dauber effect of Matt Joyce. These guys that don't get any credit, but they hit
but if
280.
Riley had played a full season, in fairness – oh, he only hit 226. I guess that's part of it.
Average plummeted, dude.
But in fairness, if he had a full 550 at-bats, he would have hit 35 home runs.
He would have hit 220 and 40 home runs probably.
Yeah.
But he really, Dan, he hit them all. I mean, when I was talking about
he
Austin
was hot
Riley,
early.
it's because he was setting records for how quickly he was getting to home run numbers.
Yeah.
Like that Aquino kid for Cincinnati. And now lately, he's not hit at all. So they're going to play Matt Joyce more than anyone.
He's the guy.
Matt Joyce, yeah, he's a nuts and bolts guy. He's a decent player. He's a glue guy. And I mean,
is Austin Riley an integral part of your franchise going forward?
He might be. He'll have the chance to be.
All right. We got to see what's trending on Twitter.
But I don't think for sure.
All right.
Shall we?
Yeah.
It's the Tap 5 at 8. Visit brewswithaz.beer.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Big props to Brews.
Take it away.
With 3 Z's.
Number 5.
Number 5, guys, idea to make money.
I love it.
An opportunity has arrived. Chance to bring home a cool $2 million.
Tell me.
Easy
what do I gotta
money.
do?
All you got to do is head into the the forests of the Pacific Northwestern United States.
I can do that.
And try to locate the Merle.
What's the Merle?
The Merle is said to be a creature.
Yeti?
Has the anatomy of a squirrel.
Bigfoot?
But with the bipedal motion of a Homo sapien. If you can find it.
Is that like somebody?
$2 million courtesy of Dr. James Daniels. He's an American scientist with a PhD in evolutionary biology.
Is that a little furry animal that can
It's a
get up
little
on
furry
its legs
critter that
and
can
move
walk
around?
on its back legs. Looks like a squirrel, but it walks like a man.
Do we know that there's such a thing, or is it a mythical creature?
We're not sure.
Are we sure it's not a furry penguin?
Are we sure it's not the skunk ape?
And by the way, Gator Growl has been pulled out of the stadium. It's at Flavette Field and has been for a few years. So that also is what, not quite the same, extravaganza it was.
Yeah.
So there you go, man. $2 million. All you got to do is find the Merle.
Okay.
Get out there.
Number 4.
Start scanning the woods of the Midwest, the Pacific Northwest.
Maybe we can meet up with some of the Area 51ers and go look for it.
Right. Who's maybe you can hit up with Canseco.
Yeah.
That seems to sort of be his bag right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's more like a Sasquatch guy, but maybe he'll branch out for the cash.
Okay.
Number 4, guys.
Yes, sir.
Maybe he's just unfamiliar with this man's work, unfamiliar with his legacy in the NFL, but Derek Carr seems to be a little confused about his teammate.
I think he's one of the most misunderstood people in the NFL.
That's Vontez Burfict he's speaking about. After Burfict was suspended for the rest of the
I
season.
will say this. I have heard from numerous people that Vontez Burfict off the football field is a really nice dude. I mean, obviously he's got some issues, and he looks to intentionally hurt people on the field. But I have heard, I've not heard people say cross words about, like, don't go, like how some people you say, I'm not going to go near that guy. He's off. I haven't heard that about Vontez Burfict, so I don't know.
Right, he doesn't scare you in social situations.
Like he's a nice guy.
Like some people just look at him, I don't want anything to do with that guy. Like you're Jeremy Parnell.
Right.
Like I don't want to say this on the radio. I'll tell you off air, and then if you say I can say it on the radio, I'll tell the story about.
I'm the perfect filter for you.
About a certain Jaguar player.
Just let her rip.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you yes, so you may as well.
All right, Dan, it's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission.
No, not going to do it.
Number 3.
Does it involve James Williams in any way?
Number 3, guys.
That's a mean dude.
Whether it's trumped up or real, maybe the most controversial movie in years drops tomorrow, The Joker. And the director, Todd Phillips, of The Hangover fame, said the reason he shifted to doing this movie and not doing comedies, which was been his bag all along, is he says you can't do comedies anymore in today's, quote, woke culture.
Well, he's right. Everyone gets offended so much. I mean, the whole idea for most jokes is making fun of someone or something. Sometimes it's a group that you're in. Sometimes, whether it's a blonde joke. I mean, so, I get it. Tehran did not start opening day.
I asked you that. You said he didn't.
I know, and the text line is saying that he did. And
Oh.
Who did start opening day?
I'm almost positive it was Kyle Wright. I'm almost positive.
Number 2.
We can find that out real quick.
Please don't be Tehran. Please don't be Tehran.
Number 2, guys. Keeping it trucking, keeping it moving.
Keep trucking, buddy.
Dan, I would like to wish you a happy and prosperous, and you too, Jeff, Mean Girls Day.
On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was. It's October 3rd.
Once again, the internet celebrates.
Oh, he did start opening
Mean
day.
Girls
Did
Day.
he really?
Son of a gun. I asked you that question. You let me down. Oh, no.
Well, okay, my bad.
And maybe this is the Guggen we bring in and put at the chair.
Maybe. So it was Wright and Bryce Wilson were games 2 and 3 then, I guess. Or did maybe.
He's an opening day starter, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that
How'd
you're
that
all
go,
winners.
by the way?
Happy Mean Girls Day.
To me, you guys are all
How'd that
winners.
go, by the way?
Oh, they lost.
Yeah.
They lost that one?
10-4. You got swept, though.
Yeah, I know he did, but that's 10 runs, so that's who you're arguing for.
He pitched well for a stretch there.
He
Because I
did.
remember you
He
sitting
had
there
a stretch.
in that spot right there
Right,
and telling me, I'm telling you right now.
Completely accurate.
This Julio Tehran is pitching great and he gets no credit.
No, he's not pitching great. I tell you when he is.
You told me
because
at
he
one
was.
point this year.
Because he was.
I'm telling you,
And
Julio Tehran is
and
pitching great and he gets no credit.
And I told you accurately.
Yeah,
And,
that's fine.
In the last 3 games, like I said, he's given up about
inaccurately
16.
told me he started opening
again.
day.
You're asking me, and I'll own that. I'll own that just
I'll own
fine.
it.
I don't.
You sit in that chair.
I don't. That's fine.
You go sit in that chair.
Anytime you think you got it, you let me know.
And lastly, number 1, in the
Yes.
battle between the American League's dollar menu items,
yes,
the advantage goes to the Montreal Devil Expos.
Ligon gets the sign. The right-hander is ready to go. The pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Houston, here we come.
Welcome to Game 4 of the Astros-Rays series. The Rays shocking the Astros. They're up 3-0, and yet we have about 6,000 here in Tampa. Jeff, what do you make of that crowd today?
Well, it looks like about 2,500 are Astros fans, Dan. Back to you.
It's a game in Florida, so you know that thing's going to be packed out.
Oh, God.
They'll turn out for this one.
Yeah. Holy cow, man.
All the hardcores.
They will, but my gosh, the last week of the season when they're fighting for a playoff
It was
spot.
pitiful.
8,800 for a Red Sox game.
Pitiful.
Ooh. Yeah, you're right. Good. Congratulations to the Montreal Rays.
The Devil Expos.
The Devil Expos.
I mean, how can you win and have no payroll and not make it work? Think about that. They get the lowest payroll in baseball.
Fantastic.
They're in the postseason, and they can't make that business model work?
Yeah.
Oof.
That's what's trending. Well done, Beef.
Brought to you by Brews with a Z, now Brews with a 3. We're back with more on a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Offense scores points.
He's looking. He is firing.
Find out who scores the offensive player of the game.
And it is good. Touchdown!
Listen for your local Hyundai dealer's offensive player of the game on 1010XL. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
One night of iconic blues with two iconic performers.
You're damn right, I got the blues.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Buddy Guy. And on the same night, Blues Music Award winner, the Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band. Saturday, March 28th at the St. Augustine Amphitheater. Buddy Guy and the Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band together live. Reserve seats on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at Nimnick Buick GMC, the #1 Buick GMC dealership in Jacksonville, FLA. The most inventory. You know what that means. They got more cars, they got more trucks, they got more SUVs. They also got a best price guarantee. And they've been around a long time. 78 years they've been donating, serving our community. Nobody cares more about you, the customer, before and after the sale. And you can stop by the Cruisin' Cafe by Johnny Angels on your next visit. The model year-end clearance sale has begun at Nimnick Buick GMC, and the deals are huge. $18,500 off the ultimate GMC, the 2018 GMC Sierra Denali Crew Cab. They got used vehicles, too. Under $15,000, dozens of them. Inventory at an all-time high. Do yourself a favor, though. Before you head over to the showroom, and it's easy to get to right there on Phillips Highway, just south of I-295, visit them online at nimnickbuickgmc.com. That's NIMNICHT BuickGMC.com. There you can see all the wonderful deals they have at Nimnick Buick GMC, the new name in Buick.
Boating, fishing, water sports. Find your family fun at the brand new boat show at Nocatee, October 5th and 6th. Pontoons, ski boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and personal watercraft at the absolute best prices of the year from the area's top dealers. Best of all, free admission. Come ready to shop, compare, and save. October 5th and 6th, the boat show at Nocatee. 400 Nocatee Center Way, Ponte Vedra Beach. It's a free boat show. Details at boatjax.com.
Life is better with a boat.
At Ameris Bank, we didn't become bankers so we could tell you no. We chose this profession because we knew we could make a difference. That's one thing all Ameris bankers have in common: a determination to get you what you need when you need it. Soon you'll notice Ameris Bank's look is changing, but our heart and fierce determination remain. We are proud to add a new chapter to our solid legacy and remain fiercely committed to you. Learn more at amerisbank.com/new look. Ameris Bank, member FDIC.
When you owe the IRS or Florida sales tax and can't pay, contact J. David Tax Law. Voted best tax attorney by Folio Weekly Readers and an ultimate tax attorney by the Jacksonville Business Journal. Stop collection action and permanently resolve your tax problem. Peace of mind is only a click or call away. Call J. David Tax Law now for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Online at jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows in $2.95.
The greatest storytellers on the radio.
When they were like, "What are you doing? You're shooting all our decoys." And I thought, oh, those are not real.
Captain Kevin and Captain Kirk join Jeff Lageman on the Nimnicht Outdoors Show every Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Adamek Harley-Davidson is excited to announce the grand opening of our brand new dealership located in historic St. Augustine. Hi, I'm Mark Adamek, and I'm inviting you, riders and non-riders, to come party with us on October 5th and 6th. We'll have food, drinks, giveaways, local vendors, live music from Big Engine, and more. Adamek Harley-Davidson of St. Augustine, one of the nation's oldest dealers in the nation's oldest city.
In partnership with PRI Productions. See dealer for details or visit adamecharley.com.
There is one name synonymous with joint replacement excellence, and that name is Heekin of the Heekin Clinic. For 18 years, Dr. R. David Heekin and his staff have been the leader for treatment of hip and knee pain. Eliminating hip and knee pain through advanced surgical and non-surgical techniques has been Dr. Higgins' sole goal since retiring from the Army in 2001. If you're looking to ease your hip and knee pain, schedule an appointment today and call 328-5979 or visit HeganClinic.com. That's HeganClinic.com.
Oh, guys, football season rolls on. Let's put some cash in our pockets. Best place to do that, mybookie.ag. It's where you bet, win, and get paid. Jump in tonight. Thursday night NFL football action. Seattle laying 1.5 at home against the Rams. There's also a couple college football games tonight as well. You got the Gators at home hosting Auburn. Florida 2.5-point home dog in that one. And, of course, the Jags getting 3 at Carolina on Sunday. Look, MyBookie has odds on every game and more prop bets than any other sports book. And nobody pays out faster, so you get your money when you want it. You can even bet on games after kickoff or parlay your picks and score a huge profit on a small wager. Sign up today, and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to wager on your favorite teams. Go to mybookie.ag, use that promo code RADIO, and they'll match that deposit. MyBookie, where you play, you win, and you get paid.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Beef and myself, as we welcome you back to the program, we're just humming old TV theme songs. And I was in Barney Miller mode, and he was in Sanford and Son mode, and they kind of meshed.
And they kind of went together.
So now I'm going to have to ask you to call up.
We got to pull them up.
Yeah, just so I can see what I was.
I think we were both doing Sanford and Son, and you thought it was Barney Miller.
And that may be true. That may be true.
But I will pull up the Barney Miller theme song to verify.
We're very good at theme songs. I'm not going to do much. I want to talk about the Jags here for a little bit, and something that I love the good news. And well, listen, Gardner Minshew is great news. He's a little slowed by the knee, but I was at his press conference yesterday, and he says he's not going to bother him or anything to that nature, so I expect him to be 100%. He's played terrific football for this team. He's led us to victories. He's accurate. He's done everything that you could want him to do. We've talked a lot about John DeFilippo this week and what he has brought and how he developed Nick Foles. Nick Foles swears by him, and now he's working with Gardner Minshew, and he got the best out of Kirk Cousins, and that deal up in Minnesota is a mess now, so that makes you think that maybe DeFilippo was right here in this situation. So a lot of things such as that going on, which is interesting. Then we saw Sticks Jeremiah rate the rookies, right? And I think it was Sticks. Was it Sticks, Beef?
I think so, yeah. The rookie rankings were at Minshew 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that was NFL.com. I believe that was Sticks.
And think about it this way now. Let me see if it was Sticks Jeremiah. Gardner Minshew was the 178th player chosen in the draft, and he has been the best rookie in the NFL.
By the way, ESPN's rookie rankings from yesterday.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Comparatively, has Minshew 6th. So they one spot ahead of Josh Allen.
Sticks Jeremiah says Minshew has brought energy to the Jags offense since replacing the injured Nick Foles in Week 1. The 6th-round pick from Washington State can create plays, and he's been a good decision maker. Darnell Savage is number 2 with the Green Bay Packers. Daniel Jones is 3rd. Devin Bush, who's been really good, is 4th. T.J. Hawkinson, who the Jags liked, right, is 5th. Bosa is 6th. Kyler Murray is 7. Burns is 8. Josh Jacobs is 9. Hollywood Brown is 10. Terry McLaurin was so good. He's hurt now, but he's Elgton Jenkins of the Packers. So the Packers have 2 of the top 12. So they're that's pretty good. Dawson Knox is 13, a tight end with the Bills. The Patriots love the Chase Winovich kid from Michigan. Dalton Risner is playing offensive line for the Broncos. He must be doing good because the Jags couldn't get to Joe Flacco the other day. A.J. Brown of the Titans is a nice find. DK Metcalf. So the two Ole Miss kids who I had thought, and again, we're only at the quarter pole, but two of the Ole Miss kids who I thought had no chance at all are doing. DK Metcalf also doing well. Then the two Jags, Josh Allen, who he dropped 16 spots, by the way.
Is this the CBS one?
This is Sticks Jeremiah, NFL.com.
Yeah, he had him number 1 before, which I didn't.
Well, he must have had him at 2 because he dropped 6. Well, maybe he did earlier.
Well, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Remember I said Josh Allen number 1. That surprised me.
Josh Allen 18, Quincy Williams 19. So it is a fluid situation. But again.
Oh, this is the NFL.com one then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The one that Josh Allen was number 1 that we looked at was CBS Sports, didn't we?
Okay. Well, what you have is 3 of the top 19 draft picks. Now, the Packers have 2 of the top 12, but that's good stuff, man. And I think you said this earlier, and I was thinking the exact same thing. We've been following this team for the entire 25 years. We have never hit on a late draft pick like this. At least, even for a 4-game.
We've never had the.
If Gardner Minshew goes on and Nick Foles comes back and takes us to the playoffs or whatever, and Gardner Minshew is the backup again, I think Gardner Minshew has shown enough right now that makes you think this kid can be a starter in the NFL.
How fun is this?
What a
dude?
wonderful asset.
Let's just stop for a second and remember between all the other storylines. How much fun is this?
Yeah.
That we have the guy that everyone is in love with. That we have the guy with the charisma and talent and production and 2 straight wins. He's our guy. I mean, it's just we've never had him. You can add if you can. I think maybe Mojo is the closest. When Mojo burst onto the scene, Pocket Hercules, short, diminutive back, wore 32 because, he didn't. He
32
made it.
Teams passed
32
on him.
teams passed on him, and it was nowhere near this kind of mania.
No.
But as far as national recognition.
What if Josh Oliver turns out to be a good player? This will be the greatest draft. This will be a draft like the Giants. Do you remember the Giants draft the year they won? Was it the year they won the Super Bowl? The Giants had a draft.
And they drafted a defensive lineman after they already had 3 defensive linemen.
Hold on.
They added like Keo Inuka when they already had Strahan and Pugh and Pierre-Paul maybe.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Ahmad Bradshaw, that one. He was like a 7th-round pick. I want to find it real quick here because I remember that draft, and I was thinking, man, why can't we do that? And it was a few years back. Here it is. All right, so they drafted Aaron Ross with the first pick, who played a lot as a rookie.
Terrible
right?
Jag.
Yeah. Steve Smith.
Not the Steve Smith, but it was
but
okay.
Good football player. Zach Diossi.
Who made the team, special team guy.
Kevin Boss, Ahmad Bradshaw, Michael Johnson. All these guys helped them that year.
They had the Keo Inuka draft was also good.
Keo Inuka, they got Sonoris Moss, Jarris Wilkerson, Barry Cofield. Guy Wimper.
Those guys all played. Wimper played. I mean,
they're
not superstars, but they played.
I'll give you another good one. In 2005, they went Webster, Tuck, and Jacobs.
Which Webster?
Corey.
Oh, yeah.
Very good player for him.
Was that LSU kid?
Yeah, he's the one who picked off Brett Favre in Brett Favre's last pass.
At the end of the day, dude, a lot of coaches are better coaches when they've got good talent.
Yeah,
it's
obviously
pretty easier to coach when the front office is doing their good job. The
I'm suggesting
irony
to you
here is can any of the to repair a somewhat fractured fan base? Can we at least acknowledge that the man that some love to hate right now because of the Jalen situation is also having some very positive impacts that seem to be saving the season?
Well, listen. Again, I'm going to tell you the last 2 draft classes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you can say what you want, and we've been harsh and critical, but I'll work from the bottom up. Logan Cook and Leon Jacobs, 2 big-time contributors to this football team.
Logan Cook, by the way, needs to get better. He's been bad 2 weeks in a row.
Oh,
bad.
Logan Cook has?
Oh. You been watching?
Yeah.
Oh, awful.
All right. 2 7th-round picks. Will Richardson easing his way into the starting lineup. 4th-round pick.
Player.
Ronnie Harrison starting.
Good player.
DJ Chark. Taven Bryan,
okay.
Yeah. That remains to be seen. But at least showing signs of development.
Well, if the rest of the class does that, it
the only
miss
miss there is Tanner Lee. And we were very critical of this draft class a year ago. Very critical.
Well, in the off season.
Yeah.
Not a year ago, as we were going into this year.
Yeah. This year, Dontavius Russell made the team. Minshew draft
save the team.
A+ draft.
Right now.
Without even mentioning another name.
I bet you, without looking at any other team, it's the best draft in the league right now.
But I'll mention Rock Armstead, who looks like he can contribute, right?
Well, after we finally saw him play.
Yeah. Quincy Williams.
Been so good so far.
A steal. Josh Oliver, if he's any
all
good.
You need to know about this draft class is that NFL.com is ranking the rookies.
Yeah.
And they've got 3 of the top 20. All right, let's take one call, and then we're going to hook up with Riley Skinner for the Riley Report. Talk a little college football. First, we'll take a call from Travis. Travis, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's up, buddy?
Called to talk to the commissioner of the Montreal Jaguars.
That's Dan Hicken. Yeah. Dan, are you the commissioner of what is known as the Montreal Jaguars?
I am.
That's what he's saying. Yeah, Travis is wondering if you're the Montreal Jaguars commissioner.
Oh. Race fan?
First off, I am a season ticket holder, but it's sad to see those seats that are empty at the Jaguar Stadium.
Dude, don't compare the Jaguars and the Rays.
Yeah,
don't bring that here.
Hey,
the Rays are a joke.
Listen,
the Rays fans are a joke. I'm not. I know you're a passionate fan, so I appreciate you. The Rays should move.
Passionate fan.
Yeah, the Rays should move. That's ridiculous. 8,000 when you're competing that's disgraceful, and there's no reason why. There's no reason.
I agree. If I was in Tampa, I would be there all the time.
I understand.
Why don't you talk about what they've done good, just like we're talking about what the Jaguars are doing.
We did.
Good,
we said they're the lowest payroll in baseball, Travis. Get out of here, Travis. Get out of here. You don't call my show and yell at me, Travis, you moron. We sat here and said they got the lowest payroll in baseball. We sat here and broke down the game the other day. Settle down, Travis.
Now, a guy I like to yell at.
I like his passion, though.
Yeah. Well, you can't compare. When the Jaguars are good like the Rays, the place is back to the gills.
No question.
That's a fair thing.
Yeah.
You can't compare a poor regular season football crowd with a baseball.
Having 8,000 at a baseball game is like,
you don't have to explain.
That's like having 20,000 at a football.
We've been doing this forever in big games that the Rays don't draw. And look, this guy obviously lives in town and loves the Rays.
That's
great. That's fine.
I'm glad.
And I don't necessarily think that a fan base is always defined by its crowd, but not when there's 8,000 and you're a winning team. That's just incomprehensible.
Let's get Ian Book in here.
Yeah, Riley Skinner joins us on the hotline. It's time for the Riley Report. Brought to you by Mayor's Bank. Good morning, Riles.
Good morning, gentlemen. How
are
are
we doing? We're doing good. Florida Auburn in the swamp. Probably the Gators' best chance of this big 3 games swing that they have.
I think we can just spend the whole morning talking about this game. There's
Wow.
not a ton else to talk about.
I've been trying to tell you your sport is dying on the vine, but you won't listen to me.
Oh man, no, I'm fired up. I haven't been this fired up for a Florida game in a long time. This is going to be a fun one. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are, but I mean, when you look at it on paper, you think you're prototypical SEC type, just kind of hard-nosed, 2 really, really, really good defenses coming together, and 2 quarterbacks, to be honest, that not a lot of people knew what to expect, and they seem to both be getting that much better each week. I mean, on the Auburn side of the football, Bo Nix, we've talked about he's been tested, right? I mean, a true freshman already went up against A&M and Oregon. Wasn't incredibly pretty,
right?
A little sloppy, but good enough to get the job done. And watching him the last 2 weeks, you've seen just huge strides from throwing the football, and Gus Malzahn's aggressiveness throwing the football with him as he's been able to kind of digest that offense. And by far, obviously, the best defense he's going to face yet, but getting on the Florida side of the ball, getting C.J. Henderson back, right? I mean, at cornerback, who knows what Todd Grantham's going to do now to try to mess up Bo Nix. I mean, I think when he's back in the game on the corner side, it allows Todd Grantham to be just aggressive, run circus-type fronts and blitzes at Bo Nix to get him off rhythm, get him confused so they can get to the quarterback like they have all year as they lead. I think don't they lead the nation in sacks right now?
I think they're second. Riley, give me an example as a quarterback, though. Like, explain to the fan, because a lot of times people say, well, it confused the young quarterback.
Yeah.
So give us an example of how, like, maybe something you went through when you were, at Wake, or Just something that is confusing as a quarterback versus what you're used to seeing.
So a good way to put it, so you can get an even and an odd front.
Okay.
And so an even front is typically when you have 4 down linemen. You've got 2 on one side of the center, 2 on the other side of the center.
Mm-hmm.
And an odd front is typically where your nose guard is head up over the center.
Okay.
And so you've got either 1 or 2 defensive ends on either side of the football. And the quarterback is always supposed to look at kind of the strong and the weak side, find the middle linebacker, see where he's aligned over the center, and if he's shifted over to the right, that's typically the strong side of the ball. But when you go in odd front, it allows defenses to then start stacking their linebackers evenly over their tackles, where the quarterback can't really determine the strong and the weak side of the ball. And the Mike backer, the middle linebacker called the Mike, becomes kind of this gray area. And so then you have to look to the second layer of the defense, to the safeties, and to like a strong safety.
And you're doing this as a quarterback when you walk up to the line of scrimmage?
When you walk up to the line. So when you see that odd front, it goes from, hey, all I got to do is look at the front 7 to, oh, dang, now I got to look all the way back in the secondary and see where's the strong safety shifting and where's my strong side of the ball, because that typically will tell you, are we running to the right or are we checking into a pass play? I mean, that a lot of times determine what you do. And then last thing, when you do an odd front, a lot of these linebackers or stand-up defensive ends can all be standing up around the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And so you don't know who's coming and who's not. You see it a lot more in the NFL than you do in college. But when you have 5 guys all standing up in a 2-point stance near the line of scrimmage, for a quarterback, it's hard to set your protection because you're just betting on which guys you think are going to come.
And when you're a true freshman, and the way Auburn runs things, help me understand. So he's walking to – they have an initial play call, but he's walking to the line of scrimmage. He's looking over at Malzahn, who's going to change the play based on what Florida's showing, or not necessarily?
Yeah, you typically have 2 different, I guess, methods. You can either go and try to do a freeze play where you do a false snap,
right,
and you try to see what the defense is doing, and then you look to the sideline, and then they call the play.
Mm-hmm.
Or you go up with a 2-play system at hand. You read the defense, and you just call out to the line which play you think is better based on the defensive front and the defensive look you're getting. I think Auburn does more of the 2-play stuff because you can make it – it sounds more confusing going up with 2 plays, but it actually can be more simple because you're just looking at – it's like, hey, if we don't have numbers to the strong side of our formation, then let's run this, whether outside zone or let's run this little – star route concept and a pass play. You can simplify it to where you just play to your numbers.
Do you think that it's fair to say that Bo Nix is probably more advanced as a true freshman because of who he is in terms of he grew up with a dad who played at a high level and then was a football coach? So I'm suspecting that Bo Nix has been around football his entire life.
I would agree with that, but I'd also put more emphasis on just young quarterbacks coming in this air raid offensive system growing up, and they go through these passing academies where this is just, it's more commonplace to have this much on your plate as a quarterback rather than being under center, running a wing tee, or just running kind of a power eye heavy offense that throws 15 times a game. These kids are throwing 30, 40 times a game. And what we think looks complex now is just commonplace for a lot of the high school kids.
Yeah. And listen, the bottom line for Florida, and one thing that Grantham always admits is, as a defensive unit, is stop the run first, and then it leads to other things. But if Auburn has a pretty good running back, the Whitlow kid has almost 500 yards rushing. If they don't stop him, then Auburn can more dictate to Florida what they want to do offensively, I would suspect.
I would suspect you're exactly right, Dan. I mean, I would suspect they'd say, Bo Nix, come beat us with your arm.
Yeah,
and
right.
What I think is going to happen, I mean, because Auburn gets there, they've got Seth Williams, and they've got that Schwartz kid who is
fast,
can absolutely fly.
Florida kid, by the way, that's another one that you can't let leave the state. But
I mean, that kid, holy cow!
You can when you have the number 10 recruiting class and peak at 4 stars every year. Of course you can.
Yeah.
But what I think is you make Bo Nix beat you, right? But the way I see Gus Malzahn trying to combat that is getting Bo Nix out of the pocket, because I don't think he can drop back and go through 1, 2, 3 progressions with that Florida defensive line. So I think Bo Nix's feet, whether he's running the ball or whether he's just throwing outside the pocket, to me that's going to give Auburn the best chance to put points on the board.
Yeah, it should be a good game. He is very versatile, though. He's a dual threat, one of the top dual threat quarterbacks coming out, believe it or not. So yeah, he can hurt you with his feet as well. Who do you, before we move on to just a couple other topics, who do you like in the game, Rouse?
I really hope it's a close game. I'm dying to see. I mean, I think this atmosphere is going to be phenomenal at the Swamp. I don't know. I still like Auburn just because Auburn's been tested. I mean, I think we know who Auburn is, and they had the ability to beat an Oregon and a Texas A&M team when Bo Nix really was just okay. And if Bo Nix can play like he did against Mississippi State with that confidence throwing the football, I like Auburn's chances. But look, Kyle Trask, I mean, he's come in and done nothing but be incredibly efficient and look confident as a starter. So I think it's going to be a close game. I still like Auburn in this game.
Yeah, they're a slight favorite. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm a little surprised.
You shut your mouth, Riley Skinner.
I'm surprised that the drum hasn't banged a little bit louder for this one. There's one coach who I think is not getting credit for what he's doing and not necessarily what he's done with his talent. It is never easy replacing the be-all, end-all legendary coach, and what Ryan Day is doing at Ohio State. Quite frankly, they're playing as good or better than they did the entire run with Urban Meyer. How good is this team? I know Nebraska's not winning any titles. Scott Frost, at some point, we're going to have to start wondering about. But another 48-7 win easily this weekend. We won't maybe really find out until they play Wisconsin at the end of the month. But, the schedule has been relatively easy, but not as easy as the scores has made the schedule look.
No,
are you surprised that Ryan Day has been as, lights out awesome to this point as he has?
Well, he hasn't showed us anything yet since he's taken over the job from last year to think that they're going to take a step back. I mean, this is the same story I feel like we read every year with Ohio State as just this super cakewalk schedule to start off, and then we see where they are on the back end. But up to this point, they've looked like the number one team in the country. And to me, the biggest surprise is, hey, nice call, Justin Fields, by leaving Georgia, right? Because we've seen what this kid can really do being in an offense where it legitimately is catered to a dual-threat quarterback. And Georgia, as we know, is not really catered to that, but put Justin Fields in his element, and the guy's been absolutely lights out running and throwing the football. So it's been impressive. If people want to put him at number one in the country right now based on the first 5-6 weeks of the season, I don't think many people would argue with that. But again, schedule-wise, let's hold our breath, crowning them a college football playoff contender until we see them play somebody that can carry their weight.
They do play number 25 Michigan State, but I feel it'll be a lot like some of the other scores we've seen out of Ohio State this year. There's a home game against Wisconsin at the end of October. They will have a home game with Penn State at the end of November, and then the last day of November, it's that trip to Ann Arbor, also known as a gimme win for Ohio State. Is there any part of you that can buy into this? I mean, I understand we reach for narratives. We do it way too early, whether it's the Heisman Trophy or the national title hunt. But it's become popular, in vogue, in some outlets on ESPN and their 48 platforms to suggest that Clemson doesn't belong in the top four right now. Can you buy that at all?
I can buy not being number one or number two. I mean, if they want to put them 3 or 4, go ahead. I certainly think they deserve to be in the top 4 without a doubt. I mean, I personally would have them probably at number 2 just based on the way they've played. I don't think because they've gone, 17, 18 games without a loss, you just automatically crown them because they have not looked very sharp.
What's going on with them, Riley? Why don't they look as good? Why is Trevor Lawrence not dazzling us? He really was good the second half of the year, had an unbelievable title game, and I think most people expected Trevor Lawrence to be throwing 400 yards and 5 touchdowns every week. But, I mean, this guy's not winning the Heisman. He's just, giving us pedestrian stats so far.
I think 2 things. I think, one, I think they've been sleepwalking through the first part of the season. After they got through the A&M game, it was like, okay, we can take our foot off the gas because they knew what kind of – I mean, it's the tough part of listening to everybody tell you how good you are, right? I mean, you go against a North Carolina team, they lost to Wake, they barely beat Miami.
Well, they lost to Appalachian State, buddy.
They lost to App State the week before, like, we got this. And they just haven't looked as sharp. The second thing to me – because Trevor Lawrence is so incredibly talented, I think he's just trying to take the big shot all the time.
Right.
If you watch him play, his eyes are downfield right off the snap. And that's just not the way he played as a freshman before. He was surgical, taking his first, second looks and letting his wide receivers do the work after the catch. And he needs to go back to that and just take what the defense gives him. If you watch him, it's just a lot of downfield shots. I've got this incredible arm. We've got these freaky receivers. We're going to beat people deep. But if it's not there, I don't care how better your receivers are. You throw it into double coverage. And that, to me, has been one of the biggest hindrances in this offense is trying to go for the home run far too often.
Golly, with their depth at receiver, why you would ever throw it into double coverage is
right.
It's
exactly.
curious to
Take
me,
your
right?
pick of who you want to throw it
exactly.
to.
That scares me, like, moving forward to the next level. All right, well, Clemson, by the way, is off this week, as are the Noles. They'll play FSU up there at Death Valley
and the
next
Deeks,
Saturday.
in case you were wondering.
The Deeks are off, too.
Number 22 in the country.
Deeks are undefeated, buddy. They're undefeated, and they got a cush schedule, so you might make it to Clemson undefeated.
Look out.
Yep. All right, Riley.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Quarterback controversy in Tallahassee or no?
No,
Hornibrook
Hornibrook's starting.
Yeah. Well, he's playing, but I think that I think it would be a mistake to credit Hornibrook for why the Noles are winning. They're playing They didn't play any defense the first 3 weeks.
Hornibrook starts against Clemson, though.
Well, especially with Blackman banged up, I would think so. Hornibrook also has big game experience that Blackman doesn't have.
Yeah. I don't think.
I do think he's more limited than FSU
fan.
fan.
Blackman is to me. I was thinking about this earlier. I think to me, Hornibrook is a way to keep Willie Taggart's job because I think he could be efficient enough to win a lot of these games.
Right.
But in terms of a ceiling, I mean, I think James Blackman has got the higher ceiling. But I think now they know, they don't really have any type of playoff hopes or anything like that this year. To me, I think Taggart will play Hornibrook until they lose to get him to win and save him his job, to be honest. He's a safe play. But
yeah, he is. And, Wisconsin let him go just because they've got a little bit bigger, fish to fry than just trying to save a coach's job. But anyway, Riley, we're up against it. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week. It's the Riley Report, our look into college football every week with former ACC Player of the Year, brought to you by Ameris Bank.
We have a Offensive Rookie of the Month, and you can guess who that is.
Yeah,
it's official.
And we also have a coach who is going to comment on that Offensive Rookie of the Month this morning as to whether or not he thinks he'll be able to play Sunday at Carolina. And to my recollection, the most public statement when it comes to personnel that the Jags owner, Shad Khan, has ever made. It concerned Jalen Ramsey yesterday, and if you missed that, we got that coming up as well. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill. No job too big, too small. You probably don't need a tree surgeon, tree service today. You may not need it tomorrow. Maybe you do. Maybe some storms have blown through. Maybe there's some work that you've been putting off. No job too big or too small. They will leave your property looking better than the way they found it. It is Custom Tree Surgeons and CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Florida, Auburn. Undefeateds meet in the Swamp Saturday afternoon at 3:30, our college football game of the week. Brought to you by Jacksonville area Napa Auto Care Centers and Pantheon Realty Group.
How tough is the new 2019 Crewmax Toyota truck? Well, it's tough enough for Ernie Palmer Toyota and 1010XL to give one away this fall. Fact is, Ernie Palmer Toyota now has your toughest and coolest Tundras, Tacomas, Highlanders, and Sequoias just sitting around waiting for you to drive. So visit Ernie Palmer Toyota today and keep an eye out for the Ernie Palmer Weekly Pick'em Contest this football season on 1010XL.com, where you'll have a chance to win a Crewmax Toyota Tundra, only from Ernie Palmer Toyota.
Right now at Ring Power, your local Cat dealer, get 0% for 60 months with 0 down on select new Cat compact equipment. Whether you're looking to buy, lease, or rent, we've got the right solution to fit your job site needs. Call Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or visit ringpower.com/CCE offer Jacks. That's Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or ringpower.com/CCE offer Jacks. Terms and conditions apply.
Harrell & Harrell is a law firm that has been part of this community for almost 30 years. We are dedicated to working hard for you. If you've been injured, make one call to Harrell & Harrell, anytime, day or night, 251-1111. Offices, Jacksonville.
Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, reminding you that everybody loves a classic. And all month long, you can pick up a fresh, never frozen classic Cuban for just $3.99 from Dandy. That's right, folks. $3.99 gets you a deliciously unique sub that boasts piles of cooked ham, salami, roast pork, and creamy Swiss cheese. Add a little mustard and pickles, authentic Cuban bread, and you have yourself a classic. So why don't you go out and make yours a classic Cuban from Dandy, and do it today.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters, and it's Scout Roundup time. Black Creek Outfitters stocks a great selection of Scout uniforms for girls and boys, from Lion all the way to Eagle. Right now, the Scouts have a promotion where you can save 25% on the uniform shirt if you buy a pair of uniform pants. Scouts also enjoy a great discount on all camping equipment. Shop and buy local at Black Creek Outfitters, owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
Marine Max Jacksonville Beach and Grady White Boats are both ready to get you on the water today. Grady White is celebrating 60 years of providing the ultimate boat ownership experience. Whether you are a hardcore fisherman or just want to enjoy cruising Northeast Florida waters, Grady White has 27 models from 18 to 45 feet to choose from. Visit Marine Max Jacksonville Beach, marinemax.com/Jacksonville.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and we're holding our free Bumps and Bruises clinics again this fall.
The Bumps and Bruises clinics are held from 9 to 10 a.m. at the Brooks YMCA, Atlas Physical Therapy on Highway 210, and in Fleming Island at Preferred Physical Therapy.
Join me, Dr. Aaron Bates, and Dr. Chris Swanson for a free injury assessment. For more information, go to se-ortho.com. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is the official team provider for 16 local high schools and the University of North Florida.
At Ameris Bank, we didn't become bankers so we could tell you no. We chose this profession because we knew we could make a difference. That's one thing all Ameris bankers have in common: a determination to get you what you need when you need it. Soon you'll notice Ameris Bank's look is changing, but our heart and fierce determination remain. We are proud to add a new chapter to our solid legacy and remain fiercely committed to you. Learn more at amerisbank.com/new look. Ameris Bank, member FDIC.
Hey Jacksonville, Wally from Pro Drivers. If drivers are important to your business, please give us a chance to show you how we can help you drive better results. We didn't become the nation's highest rated provider of professional drivers by accident. Call me at 904-801-9451.
Football season is here, and you know what that means, right? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has odds on every game and more prop bets than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Did you know you can bet on games after kickoff or parlay your picks to score a huge profit on a small wager? At MyBookie, you can. Don't play on some no-name sports book. If you're gonna bet this football season, be smart. Bet with the best at MyBookie.ag. Sign up today and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to wager on your favorite teams. Use promo code RADIO right now to get your exclusive double your money offer. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code RADIO. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
Mike Dempsey here. If you're not sure where to go for an honest oil change, then make Tire Outlet your next stop. Plus, right now, you'll get $10 off all oil changes, no strings attached. Tire Outlet is Jacksonville's largest locally owned tire store with 9 locations. So come in today for a basic oil change and get automatic savings. For a limited time, visit any of Tire Outlet's 9 locations and get $10 off your next oil change. TireOutlet.com. where you'll always get wholesale prices and premium service.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The area's most trusted boat dealers join together for a brand new boat show at Nocatee. Pontoons, ski boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and personal watercraft at the absolute best prices of the year. Free admission October 5th and 6th. The Boat Show at Nocatee. 400 Nocatee Center Way, Ponte Vedra Beach. Details at boatjax.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Comcast. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. Congratulations to Gardner Minshew on being selected as the NFL's Rookie of the Month. Since taking over for injured Nick Foles, Minshew has completed 84 of 121 passes for 905 yards and 7 touchdowns with just 1 interception. Minshew is the first Offensive Rookie of the Month for the Jags since Byron Leftwich in 2003. Minshew showed up on the injury report yesterday as limited with a knee issue, the Jags being mindful of this injury. He was able to talk to media yesterday on changed expectations.
Yeah, I don't think it really changes. I think you always hold yourself to the highest standard. No matter who you are, no matter what position you're in. So that hadn't changed, and I have to keep trying to live up to the high expectations I set for myself.
Visit Jaguars.com for more. 75 degrees at 9:07. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
That last drive, he got hit. He's tough as hell, and we're managing the situation. He's going to be fine. I think the quarterback situation you can manage a little bit better on his movement and what we're doing. So I got the injury report today.